Ani friends, today we are going to do the layout for October. Obviously, our theme is werewolves, and we are going to be using our shuttle art colors. None of them are labeled, so it makes it harder to tell you which ones, but I labeled them with my own numbers to try and help myself know the coloration from my swath page that I made. So that's what the colorations are on it. And September has already been crazy. So we're just going to try and do, I needed to use some template things because I was having such a hard time trying to get everything done. So I just used some pictures I found on Pinterest because this month has been really crazy trying to get things done, and I just needed a little help this month. Most of the time with my bullet journal, I actually use sketches I found because I do a lot of different art, and I don't maybe have the energy. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't have the inspiration to try, and I know what my theme is going to be, but trying to find different images is really hard, or to come up with ideals for images. So I use templates. I'm kind of rambling, but that's okay. It has been pretty crazy, and trying to get the themes done for the rest of the year so that way I know what's going on so I don't have to stress out for the rest of the year. So I've got some layouts coming already for those ones. And I wanted to make the layouts for the next few months, which I kind of wish I did for the whole year, but I wanted them to look kind of like they would look maybe in Newt's Scamander's book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because I really like the thought of having like a magical creature book. And so that's where the ideal came for finding different pages for the next few months. So I pre-sketched all of this out, or traced it, trying to get it situated. I usually do that. I do a pre-sketch before I do that way the layout's done. But I realized I'm really heavy-handed whenever I do sketches. So you can really see I don't use light pencil traces or anything. I try to lighten my hand, but I'm pretty heavy-handed when it comes to doing this kind of sketch stuff. So I don't know how to lighten my hand up. I've tried a couple different ways, but I figure that's okay because you guys can kind of see my sketch to start with and then how I'm going to end up ending it. And because I'm so heavy-handed, it really does not erase well at all. Because the pencil marks are usually still there pretty strongly. So for the cover page, I was really excited to do the cover page. I found this one and it kind of reminds me, I'm pretty sure it is, Lupin from Harry Potter. And I really like the theme of it, kind of the man inside the wolf. And I was really happy with the way everything kind of laid out. I'm not sure about the markers though. The markers, I can see, like, it doesn't show up as much in the video, but I can see like my lines, like where it's coloring different, and it kind of frustrates me just a little bit. Um, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I always think that werewolves are really interesting. And I kind of wonder about the difference between werewolves and lichens. And I think werewolves is the main difference is that werewolves can't choose when they shift. And then I decided to incorporate the gray into the monthly spread as well. That way I'm not just using the black, which I've been doing a lot lately, is just using a black outline, kind of keeping it very basic. And I wanted to add more than just black or keep. I try to add art, but it almost seems like it's a minimalistic kind of bujo at the same time as having art pieces in there. I kind of need to start adding color into my boxes, into my other aspects of the bujo, just so that way it kind of gives it little pops and little interesting bits to kind of look at while I'm filling it out. I usually just leave it open on my desk while I'm working, and so it kind of can give something to attract my eye, make me smile, and I like looking at the artwork while I work. So I just think it's kind of interesting to use this theme. So I was asked how I use these pages and how I set them up. So I was going to take a little bit of time this month to kind of touch on that a little bit, so that way you can kind of see. So I just labeled in projects and action list. I actually got this from Jassy Corinne, and so I use mine a little bit different than what she does. I separated into home, and because I don't have a lot of home projects that I work on at one time, I only gave myself like 5 spaces. I kind of think about the month that's coming. If I know that there's any big projects that are coming around, then I make sure to give myself space. Same with the library, because this is my day job. I usually do certain projects throughout the month, and they usually are consistent, and so I can just list them there if I'm working on certain things. The YouTube has the biggest space. I believe there are 10 spaces that I gave myself here, and it's because I post bujos on Thursdays and I post art projects on Thursdays, and then I do the vlog and artist and author help on Sundays. So every Sunday and every other Tuesday and Thursday I post. So I have roughly 2 bujo, 2 art projects, and then 2 to 3 vlogs and 2 different ones for art and author business. So I kind of set it up so I give myself the most space in the YouTube section. And then I decided I was going to move the 3 that I really want to focus on underneath the projects, because I don't have a lot of different things I'm working on, especially because we're coming into the holiday season. So a lot of the projects will be muted down. At least I think so. We'll see. And then I just go Monday through Sunday. And then I usually, even if some of the months only have 4 weeks, I just put 5, just so that way I don't have to really think about it. If it doesn't have 5 months, then I just color those in. So these are really easy. I like these actually better than the the trackers that have the days on them, because sometimes it gets a little old writing out the days of the month, and so this kind of covers every day anyway, and so I just like this method better. And I'll flip back to September so you can see it in action. So that's the projects page. And then the action page is broke down into monthly. And I think next month I'm going to do a bi-weekly section, because like certain chores that I want to remind myself to do, I only do them bi-weekly, such as change the bedding. But in September, I put it in the monthly task just because. And then we have weekly. And because these, I actually use my bullet journal a lot. I don't really use rulers or that type of thing. This one's easy though because it has the grid spacing, so I use one box for each thing. I'll probably be using a ruler when I get into my new bullet journal next year because it's a dotted grid or dotted page. So there's the weekly, and then I'll just write the task beside it, and then the daily. Daily task. So this is kind of the same as over here. And I just added 3 extras because I'm not sure what else I want to track for the month of October. I've been trying to track social posts, but to be honest, the only thing I've been really keeping up with is the YouTube channel, and I guess it is what it is. Trying to work and do all of that and also create products is really a thing in time management because there's only so much of me going to go around. So this is my setup. That's all I do. It's pretty quick. It only took me about 6 minutes to just write this out, not including the pencil work. But if I look back at September's, this is what it looks like. So these are the 2 things I'm going to do for home. I set up the room entertainment part, organize our room. This is the different projects I have for the library. This is the other stuff. So this is like doing cosplay for any cons or anything we're going to. So these are the cosplays we're going to be working on. I don't have any art projects set up yet, but I have one in the thoughts process, so I'll probably list it here. This is in case there's any other thing that I want to do. I'm no longer doing the blog, so I'm going to white that out and probably figure out what I'm going to stick in that section and this section and for next month. And then this is my YouTube. So this is how many videos. Usually I do a month, so this kind of helps me, and then I just write the date behind it and check them off as I go. So you can see a little bit of what I've done so far. And then monthly, change bedding, and then a committee meeting that I had. So this one, I'm thinking of doing a bi-weekly one and taking off the trackers. So that way I can do certain things bi-weekly, such as change the bedding, or instead of listing them monthly, because I end up doing it twice anyway. So, and then weekly, I could add the change bedding or the other task here and just only mark every other week. But it just, I don't know. I kind of like saving this for things I know I'm going to do every week. So like laundry, I know I'm going to do that every week. YouTube, I know I'm going to do that every week. So those are things that I'm going to do. For the business, I've been keeping pretty good track of organizing it and getting it all situated. Social posts have really lost it on September already. So has writing. I've only done wellness a couple times. So I like this form better than this form, so that's why I changed it. And then I do my Ojibwe language, so I've only worked on it once this month, which is really sad. And then product creation is, I've been trying to focus on trying to do that every day. So that is the setup, and that's how I use the product and action list. So it'll slowly kind of adjust and change as I need it to. There probably will be, like, if you look into October, there are less sections in the projects because I just took off the blog, and I also took off the blank one, just so that way I can just focus on the ones that I'm actually using. And then the monthly, I'll probably end up doing a bi-weekly, either down here or I'll just wait till next month. I probably will do it down here. So I'm actually just gonna do it. I really wish I would have thought about that before I filled this out, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna do a bi-weekly because I forgot that I was going to add that into this one. And this is my bullet journal, so whatever works for me. I'll probably end up, I'll just use my highlighter, and I don't really have one that will go with the theme of werewolves, so maybe we'll just use our blue highlighter. And so all I'm going to do is just do dots. I don't have one of those cool little dot things, so I'll just go like that, and on the bi-weekly one, and give myself anywhere from 4 to 6, and then I'll just write the tasks beside it and check them off as I get them done. And because the weekly look just sad by themselves, I'll do that, and then highlight right above it so I can write down what those are. And then since I already wrote these ones in because I knew these are the definite ones I'm going to keep track of, I'll just highlight those. This just keeps me on task. I am a list maker. I really like making lists. It keeps me on task. And so that's what helps me make sure I'm actually doing what I need to do instead of like doing it in the weekly. I do use weekly setups, and we're gonna skip to that now. And I use weekly setups because I like also just looking at the week as we go. So now we're gonna jump into the mood tracker. With the mood tracker, I was thinking about trying to do like paw prints or something different, but I ended up doing this circle, and I thought it kind of worked out better, like in the shape of a moon, maybe. I don't know. But I kind of wanted to keep the mood tracker a little simple. And then on the bottom, I just wanted to kind of keep with the theme of doing it like Scamander's book, and where it shows the different sizes of the werewolves. And the weekly layouts, I was trying different layouts. I like sticking to the one-page layout because I seem to use that better than if I do a 2-page layout for the weeklies. So I wanted to try a bunch of different layouts so I knew which ones work the best for me, and I can have a collection of these are the ones that I really like. And toward the end, I tried to add reds and a couple other colors just to give it a little bit of something instead of just black and gray. I really like the theme of the werewolves, and trying to stick to the weekly one-page layout was very interesting. I think that I might try a couple of 2-page layouts, and maybe in my new bujo when I start the new year. So I might try a couple of 2-page layouts too for the next few months just to see if those would work. But I usually stick to